And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go. Well, I process man am I, and I'm telling you no lie. I work and breathe among the fumes that trail across the sky. There's thunder all around me, and there's poison in the air. There's a lousy smell that smacks of hell and dust all in me hair. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go. Well, I've worked among the spinners and I breathe the oily smoke. I've shoveled up the gypsum and at nigh on made you choke. I've stood knee deep in cyanide, got sick with a caustic burn. Been working a rough fight, seen enough to make your stomach turn. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go. There's overtime and bonus opportunities galore. The young men like their money and they all come back for more. But soon you're knocking on and you look older than you should. For every bob made on the job you paid with flesh and blood. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go. Well, I process man am I, and I'm telling you no lie. I work and breathe among the fumes that trail across the sky. There's thunder all around me, and there's poison in the air. There's a lousy smell that smacks of hell and dust all in me hair. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. And it's go, boys, go. They'll time your every breath. And every day you're in this place, you're 2 days nearer death. But you go.
Good morning, Minecraft. Wandering Beekeeper here. How you doing? It is a lovely 44 degrees, fondly Fahrenheit, here in Olympia, Washington, with rain this morning. Gonna make my morning bus ride out to Lacey a little more interesting. Good morning, Queen Freya. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Oh, excuse me. It is episode 70 of Minecraft Trains and Tech, part 9 of Immersive Geology Beta 0.7.5. Keep forgetting to put the .5 on the screen. And it is, by my possibly erroneous count, stream number 198. There is a possibility I am off by one, and if I am, I'm going to leave it for the joke. 198, which means next week will be stream 200, and I am thinking about, inflicting a face cam on y'all or something. Just to add to the content warning. Okay, content warning. I am inappropriate for all audiences. I'm an old queer man with 2 trans kids and 1 non-binary, and I talk about our lived experience and the fact that we got run the hell out of Tennessee for being weird and now live in Washington State. There are benefits to that. I keep referencing the Strigidian service ceiling, but I leave that behind with my morning coffee these days. So yeah, I talk about pretty much anything that pops off in my head. I'm old and somewhere hard left these days, and just generally pissed off, and I cuss a lot. So I could have stopped at inappropriate for all audiences, but people always ask for details, and I never quite understand that. So, I may be inflicting a face cam on you next week. Be warned, next week's stream may contain a bit more me than you're used to dealing with. Speaking of being used to dealing with, let us get this thing going here. I left off at kind of an interesting point last stream. Come on. Come on. There we go. Here is our friend, and I am going to just pull up an inventory so I can easily switch game screens. There we go. And we are on the correct screen, and with our friend, the chemical reactor, who has made titanium chloride. Now, I have to have somewhere to put the titanium chloride. And I need to think about what I'm going to do with the titanium chloride before I put it there. Note to self, I am in creative mode. Be careful. Let's have a look here. My methodology with regards to my royal form is to have it take up most of the corner of the stream, no matter what it may cover. Indeed, I'm thinking very seriously about putting the cam up here in this corner, which isn't generally used for that much. I think I have it over there right now. Where do I have the silly thing? Is it? Yeah, it's up in that corner. I have it up in this corner. I set it up this morning. I mean, let's open the shutter and just give this a quick little test here. Hello. Warning contains me. Direct eye contact is possible. Sorry. Let's pop that back off. All right, test accomplished. It did, in fact, appear where I thought it would. All right. So, yeah, that may be there next week. We'll see. It'll be stream 200, and I feel like I need to do something. I don't know. What I'm going to do is figure out where I am on the titanium cycle. Let's see. Okay, we had achieved titanium chloride. Is that correct? That was, I need to think about where, okay. Yeah, we've got titanium chloride. So, titanium chloride has to go back to the chemical reactor with flowing water, which I believe we already have, and run it over magnesium grit, at which point I get titanium grit and carnallite brine. Or I can run it over sodium grit and get rock salt brine. I believe I am already using carnallite in the mixer. Is that correct? Let's have a look over here. This is carnallite brine. Okay, that's going to be an output. I'm going to have something else coming in to that pipe here. Oh, Lordy. All right. Let's stop and think about this a second. I gotta work through this. First things first. I've got carnallite brine coming out of this. That's got to get routed over there. Simplest is probably to shoot from here and around. Let's see. All right, I've got fluid pipe. I've got rather a lot of ilmenite because I was feeding it to the kiln. Okay. ADD me is trying to pick up where I left off last week, and okay, OCD me is listing, and that's fine because it's a compensatory mechanism. As Buzz Lightyear said, yes, the narrating helps. Okay, drop in that. Let it fill. Don't load it from there. I'm going to try a second and see what happens. What I'm hoping is that it'll load into the first slot, but not multiple load into any of the later ones. I'm going to need more in the hopper. And fairly quickly. Let's just go on and load up the hopper and cross our fingers. What I want to do, what I'm hoping happens is that when the first slot loads up, it does not roll over to the second. If it does, I'm going to have to unload the hopper and deal with it later on. Oh, gee, Josaphat, wow. Yeah, that took the whole thing, cleaned at it. Wow. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, wow. When it dropped, it cleared. That's not filling up enough to roll over. That's not a bad thing. Let's pop. Oops, I don't have that inventory control. Okay, I made the announcement on the Immersive Geology Discord. I'm going to go on and announce it on stream. When the .8 release of Immersive Geology comes out, and don't you love that we actually have a rotation here of the rotary kiln now? That is so nice that we have an actual rotary kiln. I love the new models they're doing. Some of that's just really nice to have that bit of animation there. All right, that can run on its own. And that's going to produce ilmenite slag that needs to go to the ball mill. Let's see. Ball mill is around this way. Right? The other side of the pelletizers. There we go. Here is ball mill. Get this stuff into the ball mill so that we have the ilmenite to sort to get the precursor. All right, now back to reactor 2. I've cleared my inventory and I'm ready to do some more work here. I need my flask of carnallite brine so that I can key the fluid router. Need to code it so that it will only take, all right, here's where the carnallite's going to go. It's going to end up dropping into the fluid route, into this fluid router. And I think I'm just going to take it over the, around and up over the top. So let's drop down here, and I'm going to have to land in order to be able to pop that first pipe on. Okay. Whoops, damn it. There we go. Okay, gotta bring it around here. Let's see, we're going to the blue line there. I want to keep distance between that and this. So let's bring it around a little high and then bring it down over here. Okay. Sighting along the pipe here. Make sure I'm turning in the right place. Okay, one more. Then we bring it down. And before I connect it, I'm going to set the blue side to only allow carnallite brine, so that if there's anything else in the reactor, it doesn't go popping off that direction. Clickety click, there we go. Okay, the carnallite brine will now redirect to the carnallite tank, although the pipe is a little screwy. Yeah, it's a little boogered, but I had stuff I had to avoid. All right. So, we're going the carnallite brine route. That means I got to have the titanium chloride where I can bring it back in. So the titanium chloride is coming out one of these three faces, probably not the green because that would connect to that, damn it. Was I thinking? Blocked myself. I have an unusable face. That's annoying. I can't do anything about it. All right. Oh, shit. I got to bring that over. I see a problem. I see the problem. Correcting it before. There we go. There we go. Now I can come up off the white and not have it connect to that. All right. All right. Introduce it back in over here. So I need to bring this pipe up this way. Think carefully about this. Watch out for what I'm trying to weave my way through here. Hmm. Speaking of boogered pipes. Uggity duck. Gonna put the tank next to this one. Up here against the wall like that. Hydrate. Heat check. Heat check. Heat check is good. Checking fan. Opening window just a little more. Let a little more the outside cold air in. I've gotten the thermostat in this room pretty much turned off. There we go. Make sure I've got this. All right. Got that put in. I need a tank. Two. Oops. And cap the tank. There we go. And tap. There we are. This pipe must go up to not interfere with this pipe, because there is pipe going to come across here, heading for that. For this input over here. This can go on and come up here. Over one more. There we go, and onward. There we go. Okay. Now. Uh-oh. Whew, it took the titanium chloride. Suddenly realized I'd connected the full tank, and it was going to accept whatever the reactor shipped it. Thankfully, what it shipped was what we wanted to put in the tank in the first place. Now, where did my damn fool backpack grab it? Where did the titanium chloride flask go? I should have oh, damn it. I'm in creative mode. I didn't create the flask. Buggers. Alright, never mind. Flask of titanium chloride. There we go. What should have been created there. Thank you. And trace this back, and it goes to, oh, bugger. It's going to the top. Okay. So I need to key the top to titanium chloride. All right. And then back over here, this red facet here is going to get keyed also for titanium chloride as I am about to bring the pipe over. Okay, that needs to go here, up, 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 and then this way. There we go. Okay, I can now reintroduce. I gotta run that hydrochloric acid out of there. But I can now reintroduce titanium chloride once I have some. To make titanium chloride, I am running hydrochloric acid over titanium oxide, which I get as a byproduct of separating out ilmenite slag. Hence this whole jiggery pokery with the rotary kiln. Let's go see our friend the rotary kiln. And at this point, I'm not building, so let's do game mode survival in order to put the safety on this thing. Beta mode is dangerous. Okay, it has processed. Oh my. Where the heck did the rest of it go? Oh no. Did we have some sort of oopsie here? It was doing fine, and then burp, and now it's there's all that ilmenite went pop. Where did my ilmenite go? Bugger. All right, we'll work around it. Back to the upstairs chemical reactor, and around to the... I need to fix that, he says, and walks away from it. Back to the ball mill. Drop in this ilmenite slag. Okay, to the lower reactor. Here we go. Lower reactor has hydrochloric acid and water. And I need to find my hydrochloric acid tank and make sure that the lever is off. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to flip it up here. Let us put a lever on this one. Believe the correct state here is going to be, yeah, up. Flip it down to send it in. So stop the flow of hydrochloric so that we have a full tank of hydrochloric, but are okay. Otherwise, we're ready to go. There we are. Fine. And I should have some in here, some ilmenite slag powder, which is going to need to go into the reactor up there, and I've just outsmarted myself. So, here we are. Let's get our ilmenite slag powder into here. Not sure it's going to, oh, shoot. That's not what goes in it. What am I doing? I'm way ahead of myself. The ilmenite slag powder goes to the gravity separator. I'm having a morning. Okay. When in doubt, titanium chloride is produced from titanium oxide. The ilmenite slag goes to the gravity separator. Up to the upstairs reactor. Only this time, we want to hang a left and go over here, where we have the steampunk gravity separator array. Going to miss that. May have to set it up in the new world. Yeah, as I was saying, when the .80 release comes out, I'm going to freeze this instance, archive it, mods and all, so that it can be launched at a later date if I want to go back to it. But I'm going to clone off this instance and then update the mods in the clone, and then generate a new game world. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff off stream in order to get things up to speed and have all the necessary equipment I will not be televising the build of the new world so much. I will be showing, however, hopefully, the Salt Flats biome. Looking forward to this. There is, and carnallite and rock salt have been difficult to find for a lot of people. The cuprite is also a hard to find one. So there's some adjustments being made. And one of those adjustments is that we're getting a new biome, the salt flats. Locate the biome and you'll have all the carnallite and rock salt that you need. Okay, it looked like that's all run through. Let's pop down to reactor 2. And we need titanium oxide. Here we go. This stuff. We need titanium oxide. We have some titanium oxide, not a lot of titanium oxide. Thinking about where am I going in this tangle. This is really boogered up. Gonna have to think about some other facility besides a woodland mansion for the next game world. There we go. Now it's feeding in. Okay. Helps if you put the right stuff into the machine. No, I have to go around this way and up and over to get to here. Okay. Let's look here. We are feeding in titanium oxide, and it's already going. It's already going. Look at that. I think we have fed it too much titanium oxide. I just wanted to clear out the hydrochloric. I don't know about this. We'll see how if... Right, there goes the last of that. And then we have this smidge that's just going to be annoying as hell. God damn it. Ugh. How do we have this smidge left? Oh. Arg. Okay, fine. Let's dump the rest of the hydrochloric into the system. See how much I can run through here. I may have to do this the hard way. I hate doing that. We'll see if I can get it cleared out. I can always put a pump on the damn thing, but that means another damn pipe, and then I have to route it, and hate having to put a clean out pump on it. All right. We're going to end up with that 500 millibucket again, aren't we? Nope, 250. We got a 250 in there. I got a flask. Hold on. I'm going to flip game modes here. And hydrochloric acid. All right. I got 250 in there. What happens? Whoops, I'm going the wrong direction. Here's the tank. What happens if I drop one bucket in there? Nothing because the switch is off. Come on. There we go. Throw the lever. And I end up with 500. This is going to be how it is, isn't it? Run that in and... Oh shit, there we go. I got it. Okay, it came out even. Finally. Switch that off before anything else happens. Now, can I just pull that out? Yes, thank you. Okay. Whew. All right. Titanium chloride has now been produced. You have titanium chloride. And we're going to send that in with water and magnesium grit. And now I have to worry about this. Where do I get it? You get it from crushing magnesium. Magnesium I get in the arc furnace for magnesium grit. This is ridiculous. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Magnesium grit. The only recipe for it is in the crusher. Get magnesium crystal. I need a crystallizer. Fed magnesium chloride. To do that, I need carnallite brine and hydrochloric acid reacted just straight up. I get industrial fertilizer and magnesium chloride. And have I already done this? Because I did something that gave me industrial fertilizer. Hold on a minute. You look at the tanks here. That was supposed to be chemical waste and isn't, because I wasn't able to get it out of the acid and sulfuric acid and hydrofluoric. Sounds like I'm making hydrochloric up here. That has popped to force the sulfuric to go elsewhere. Sulfuric and sulfuric both. Damn it. One of these should not be sulfuric acid. It's binding agent. Okay, I haven't done magnesium. Okay, so I've got titanium chloride. I need the magnesium grit, which I get from magnesium crystal. I need to feed magnesium chloride. I need carnallite brine and hydrochloric acid fed into. I've already got carnallite brine and hydrochloric acid available to feed into this thing. That's going to produce magnesium carnallite brine, hydrochloric acid. It's equal amounts, so I just need a full tank of both. Produces magnesium chloride that goes to a crystallizer. So I need to output from here off to a crystallizer, away from this area and off to a crystallizer. Okay, let us just very quickly do a little clearing away. Here is high voltage. I can swing it this direction easier than that direction. Okay. I need to bring a pipe over, up, and out to a tank. Let's get the pipe out first. Pipe has to come from here. Goes over one, up one. Oh, shit. There we go. Okay, got the pipe out of there. I am regretting my decision to put the whole thing in a woodland mansion at this point. This has turned out to be more constraining than useful. Think I'm just going to set it out on a flat plane or something. Not sure. Not sure if there's going to be a structure. We'll see. Okay, I need a tank. Tank can go over here. And let's just plop the tank. No, we're going to block the doorway. Who gives a shit? Not like I'm using the space. Oh, shoot. Come on, get it. There we go. Hang on a second. This is actually easier to do if I'm not flying. Okay, what am I outputting here? I'm outputting magnesium. Magnesium chloride. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the industrial fertilizer. It's already handled. Okay, I need the pipe brought over, but not connected. All right, leave it at that. I need magnesium chloride here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this the quick way. Grab a flask of magnesium chloride out of the creative inventory, and this is going to the red face, correct? I believe so. All right, yeah. Is magnesium chloride. Here we go. Let's go on and code this for magnesium chloride. And then connect the pipe. There we go. Now, let's see. Reactor off. Review. Make magnesium crystal. I need magnesium chloride. Get that by running carnallite brine against hydrochloric acid. The hydrochloric acid I get by running carnallite brine against sulfuric acid. Okay, so I need to bring my sulfuric acid down here and run it against carnallite brine. Let's run and we'll run a reactor full. First, let's load carnallite brine. Hydrate. Okay, we get a full load of carnallite brine. Go shut off the flow. Sulfuric acid is going to come in via a pipe from upstairs. And I'm going to need to bounce up here. And dagnabbit, quit looking at it and go on and fix the fool thing. Dark oak planks. There. Jehoshaphat. All right. Sulfuric acid is over here and is unfortunately in 2 tanks. It should not be in this tank. I have a problem with the backup here. So I'm going to drain from this tank. As part of fixing the problem. Get this cleared out one way or another. Okay, wait for the gauge to drop or to stop dropping, actually. Letting us know that the reactor downstairs is full. Jeopardy theme or something here. I mean, Spanish Flea wouldn't be appropriate. I'm not having a technical difficulty. I'm just waiting for time to pass. So yeah, Jeopardy theme seems appropriate here, but I'm not going to do that. Got enough problems with copyright bullshit as it is. You know, Twitch is notorious for using automated systems that don't work worth a crap. And yeah, it's a thing. You'll notice that I have not done the paperwork to become an affiliate. Really holding off on that. I really don't want commercial breaks. I really don't. Because the first time they ran a commercial for Chick Full of Hate over my stream, I would quit streaming. Just fucking no. I'm not going to have, a commercial for a company that supports Nazis on my stream. I'm a goddamn U.S. Air Force veteran, and I can prove it. I got my goddamn discharge papers actually ready to hand because I had to go to the DMV yesterday to get my Washington ID. Can't get a driver's license. I'm waiting for cataract surgery, and I can't pass the vision test. But yeah, U.S. Air Force veteran, and don't fucking thank me for my service. At one time I believed in principles of democracy in the United States and have been disabused of some notions and learned a bit of actual history. And then folks went and voted in fascism, and I'm like, yeah, well, we saw that coming, So, fuck my service. I did warn you I was inappropriate for all audiences. But I earned the right to say that, and if you want to disagree with me, I want to see your paperwork. It's like, if you want to see my cards, you got to see the bet first. You don't get to see the cards unless you pay for it. I paid for it. I get to badmouth this bullshit. This is not to say that nobody else does. We all have a basic human right to badmouth the bullshit when we see it. But every now and then I get some conservative asshole, some right-wing nut job, some maggot getting up in my face. And I'm like, dude, I'm an Air Force veteran. Fuck off. That really stalls them out. It's like, wait, what? Yeah. Come on. How long is it going to take this sulfur? Is it draining into the other tank? God damn it. It's draining into the other tank. They're equalizing. I need to go look downstairs and see if it's been draining into the reactor at all at this entire fucking time. Has not. God damn it. Okay. Back upstairs, sitting here running my mouth, going on about some political bullshit, and here we go. Let's get this sulfuric acid sorted out. Come on. Yeah. Throw the other lever, Kronk. Throw that one. And throw that one and see what happens. Hopefully, they're both dropping this. Okay, that one cleaned out, and this one is now dropping. And let's go look at reactor 2 and make sure that we're actually loading in this time. Helps to confirm. Go check the gauge. Oh. And I'm making some rookie errors lately. Wow. Well, I have been told by someone who's been doing this a whole hell of a lot longer than me that biffing it on live is part of streaming. I seem to have run off a viewer. I had 4 there for a second. Oh well. These things happen. Maybe I can continue flying under the radar and not be forced to make the decision on the affiliate thing. I really am just uncertain about it. Wow, this is taking a while to load in. Come on, come on. Eventually, maybe I can, you know what? I could now. I'm not getting any more carnallite brine. I kind of want to run it in full, though, so I don't end up with a smidge again. Dang it. I hate ending up with a smidge. Come on, come on. What we're waiting for to review. I have produced titanium chloride. To get to titanium grit that I can then arc furnace into an ingot, it's only one step, but it requires magnesium grit. And magnesium grit is gotten by running magnesium crystal through a crusher. Magnesium crystal is done in a crystallizer with magnesium chloride, and it throws out hydrochloric acid as a byproduct. So we'll recover our hydrochloric, or some of it anyway. The magnesium chloride is from running hydrochloric against carnallite brine in the chemical reactor, and we are waiting right now. The hydrochloric comes from running sulfuric against carnallite brine. We're waiting right now for sulfuric acid so that we can make the hydrochloric that will make the magnesium. And people wonder why Bogged Down in the Valley O keeps running through my head. So we run carnallite brine against the sulfuric acid again to get the hydrochloric acid to run. I can't quite keep the scansion going too fast. There's too many syllables. I'd have to write it down. I was doing one the other day. Yesterday, ended up posting it on the Fetty about the quartz down in the Nether-O. And there's a spawner by the quartz in the done. And there's a spawner by the quartz down in the Nether-O. Hey ho, the Nether-O, the quartz down in the Nether-O. Hey ho, the Nether quartz, the quartz down in the Nether-O. Something like that. Yeah. I'd have to look it up. I have posted it on the Fetty, and I don't have the Fetty open right now because it makes bip bip noises, and I don't want them on my stream. But yeah, this is the point where I start making up song lyrics just out of boredom. Come on, why is this being so slow? Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Why is it being so slow? Let's go up to the here. And what in the hell is actually going on here? It's draining from here. It's just taking forever to get through all the piping, I think. I'm wondering if the pipe length, that's a thought. Does pipe distance have anything to do with maybe creating a choke point here? Or am I creating a choke point by passing it through the fluid router with the currently shut off alternate route? That's a good question. I don't know. I would really like to know. This is getting close. Come on, come on, come on. While it's running, I have things I could be doing. Where am I? I am here. This is in the back. I need to be around the other side of Creek Pass, way up on the Creek Divide. This reminds me of the old joke about the biplane. You know, when biplanes existed, there was a lot of rigging between the wings, a lot of wire to hold everything together, and there was a rumor about the bird test. You released a bird in between the wings, and if it found its way out, you had a wire snapped somewhere. Crystallizer. Okay, crystallizer facing this direction, maybe? Let's look at the engineer's manual. Crystallizer. Our friend the crystallizer. And, okay, got output there. Got an output there. Input on the front, output on the bottom, right. And solid output on the back. Okay. So, this will be fine, but that's my hydrochloric acid tank, which means this is the feed pipe to the hydrochloric acid tank, which means I just need to go here and lay a bit of pipe. There we go. And flip it over and let's start building while we wait for the, I could have been doing this, yes. I could have had a Heath. 2 chemical engineering blocks. Let's see. This is starting off with, is that? It is stainless steel scaffolding. Okay, this is all like stainless steel. Just to be a, a thing. Okay, stainless steel scaffolding. We'll make a stainless steel scaffolding. Okay. That looks like stainless steel fence. Willing to bet on that. Grab a stainless steel fence, and yes, it does in fact go green. There we go. Now that is that going to be a... light engineering block. Some light engineering blocks. There we go. Can't see them right in front of me. Well, I told you I was lining up for cataract surgery. That's going to be a whole thing. Now, what is the red light here? That is not right. That was not... Is that not correct? That was not correct. Okay, that may... That look... Let's see if that's a Chem E block. It kind of looks like a Chem E block. Oh yeah, that's a Chem E block. There we go. There's my problem. Problem located. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. A PEBCAC error. Problem exists between keyboard and... Dag nabbit, I can't hit anything today. Or maybe the problem is I hit too much. But see previous warning about weed references. Let's see, the light engineering block goes over here because it's the output on the back. There we go. I need the electrum coil block and... Electrum coil block, and I don't have one right off. Electrum coil block. Give me 4 of those. 1 of those goes here. And it's this little bugger that has the tappy bit that I could not find a couple of weeks ago. Let's see. Here's my stainless steel sheet metal slab. Slab goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At which point, there's the red hammer lighting up. There it is. It's a little... It's hard to find, yes, and it is being addressed. The crystallizer has been redesigned for the 080. All right, now I need fluid pipe going bip, 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 bip. I need to put away all of this in storage, and I need the lever. Okay, lever is on there. I'll need extracting conveyor belt. Plop it onto there. And of course, I've got it turned around the wrong way. There we are. Put away the conveyor belt, get out a chest. Chest goes on there. Power and connect the hydrochloric pipe here. Go on and connect that. And then I need HV swagged over here and brought down. And that means I need HV stuff to do it with. So let's see. Where's my HV relay? HV wire connector. And HV wire coil I already had in my hand. Silly person. Already had in my inventory. All right. Do this the other way around. Sock this on first. Oops. Come on. Land where I need to be. Thank you. All right. Now, this is going to need to swag from up there. Let's go here. That looks like where I can manage to do a connect. So we'll connect here to there and then there. To there. Well, I'm down here, and there's the crystallizer powered up. Okay, now let's see, where are we over here? That's a real good question. We are fully loaded. Let's go up to the reactor, to the main, and oops, go around this way. All right, shut that off. Shut that off. Bounce back down. And we are looking at full load of carnallite, full load of sulfuric. Let's run it. And we start getting stuff. There's industrial fertilizer there. And we got hydrochloric acid being made. Okey doke. I'm going to sit here and watch this for just a second. Let's see, how we doing here? Oh, we're about halfway through. Give it another minute or two. Has your microphone encountered trouble? Oh, no, I do remember that one. I have not thought about problem exists between keyboard and sharing a bit of time. Yeah, I was just waiting for a minute. Was on silent for a moment. Sorry. Oh, I got a power issue. What the heck? My power suddenly sagged. I've got a power issue. Something's gone awry here. Let's go up to the rooftop wind farm and see what's going on here. Oh, the problem is just that I'm putting so much load on the system that I've run the accumulator out. Because that's all tapping off a single accumulator, isn't it? Bad design. Very bad design. Got an accumulator here that isn't doing jack shit, don't I? Let's take the hammer and make that an energy output side. And see if I can do a thing here. I'll put that on. Looks like I can hit that from here. There we go. That'll tap into a second accumulator, which I should have been doing already. I'm a little dismayed. Let's see. Let's bring this back up and see how that holds. There we go. That should hold up a bit better. Helps if you're not running it off of just one battery. Dang. How did I miss that? Wow. Hmm. 95. Come on. Gotta get through this. So we have the hydrochloric acid to be able to run against the, yeah. Need to check my carnallite brine while that's running. How is my carnallite brine supply? I got 103 buckets over here. I think I'm okay on carnallite brine. I got a couple full reactor loads here. That should be good. Okay. How we doing? 4,500. There we go. Fix the power issue. Good gravy. Come on, come on. All right. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Switch off. I now have 32 buckets of hydrochloric acid. And the titanium chloride. All right, for magnesium, let's go back up the chain here one more time. Carnallite brine against hydrochloric acid gives me magnesium chloride and industrial fertilizers. So, I'm going to take this 32K of hydrochloric and I'm going to load it into the reactor. And I'm going to go around here, and I'm going to load carnallite into the reactor. That loads so much faster. I think I've boogered up things with the sulfuric so badly that that's just choking me on my flow here. All right, hydrochloric acid is loaded in, and I'm going to need to go shut the tank off. Come on, there you go. Make sure I don't get any more in if somehow, there we go. All right, carnallite brine. Shut the tank off. This should give me magnesium chloride. Let's find out. Magnesium chloride, there it went. I saw it. See it in that gauge? Magnesium chloride. Now, magnesium chloride should be on its way to that fluid tank. There it is. We can see it in the fluid tank. Excellent. Brilliant. All right, this is going to take a minute. I'm going to run this process for a little bit. I want to get it down to at least halfway before I go making the magnesium. Now, once I make magnesium, I can take the crystals and I can huck them into the arc furnace and get them trophy ingots. So I'm going to get a new metal out of this before I get to titanium. I'm going to get magnesium. All right. How are we doing here? We are on our way. I've got the hydrochloric acid tank shut off partly because I'm going to be throwing acid back into the tank from the crystallizer as an output item. I've been working on my beautiful music composition this morning. It has been lovely. Quite glad that you have found something beautiful in this world. I find beauty in a sort of order and progression. My OCD is showing, I think. Let's see, how we doing? All right, we've got at this point probably enough. Think about where I am and how I can move through this. This is rapidly getting very bad here. Okay. I have not bothered putting a power switch on the crystallizer. I'm just gonna, it's just gonna run as I run stuff into it. Let's get started. Fill it up with magnesium chloride and bada boom. There we go. We are producing. It does take it a second here. Come on. How are we doing? There we go. See the numbers changing a little here. Look over here. I got 4 magnesium crystals. I'm going to take one of them. And if we look over here, we should have, yeah, we got hydrochloric acid dropping back into the tank. Not a huge amount, but it counts. Every little bit of recovery counts. So, while the crystallizer and the reactor are working on making more magnesium, I'm going to bounce up to the rooftop wind farm and pop around this direction to go see our friend the arc furnace. And I'm going to take this magnesium crystal and I'm going to arc furnace it. hoping that's enough. Okay, it has done the thing. And I have an ingot of magnesium. There we go. All right, and I get to go to the trophy wall and put up magnesium. Haha. And then I'm going to go up to main reactor and around to the crusher here, who's going to get this ingot sent up to the crusher to be turned into grit. Alrighty, let's go here. We're back at the reactor. Meanwhile, back at the reactor, we just finished our run. Shut down the reactor. Go have a look at the crystallizer. It's chugging along and producing magnesium crystal. It's produced 24 magnesium crystal. Whoops, another 25, which I am then going to take up to here and go drop in the crusher. At which point, I should have magnesium grit coming out of the crusher from the ingot and from those crystals. And that means I need to load the titanium chloride into the chemical reactor. Let's go, whoops, to reactor 2. And our titanium chloride is over here. There's our reactor. We have free-flowing water. And we do hit the lever and load in the titanium. I am really hoping this will be my last stream from this game world at this point. Next week will be Halloween, and theoretically, the 0.8 release will be out. We'll see what happens. No pressure. No pressure. This is all done for a hobby and for the love of the game. Okay, we're loaded in. Okay, we got titanium chloride. We got magnesium grit. There it is. We got the magnesium grit. Take the magnesium grit up and load it in. I could probably put it in through the GUI, but what's the fun of that? Up and over and check this, and there we go. Okay, titanium chloride, magnesium grit, and we should get carnallite brine and titanium grit, and we've already put an output for the carnallite brine. Do it. There we go. Uh-oh. Carnallite brine is not wanting to go into the tank. I'm going to have to put a pump on it. All right, we'll figure it out and get it done. Perlite brine's not wanting to go. Gonna need a pump in this on this pipe here. That's easy enough. Let's see. Have I got one already made? It would be nice, but it's probably unlikely. Yeah. Let's go on and solve this little issue. And I'm simply going to knock that and replace it. And fluid output. HV wire coil, lever. 50 ways to love your lever. Yeah, you knew I was going to do that sooner or later. That joke somehow manages to get in one way or another. You know, it's just the way it is. All right, there's the lever. And then I need HV wire from, I'm awfully close, here to there, which way the pump is powered. And we look at the chemical reactor, which, okay. The Carnolite brine has gone onward. Bazoom. Yay. Okay. Hopefully it didn't go bye-bye because I popped the pipe. Hopefully it went into the, hopefully it went into the jar. You know, you want the pickles to go into the jar. Push on the push 'em and pull on the pull 'em and the pickles go into the jar. You know. All right. Titanium chloride, I need a bit more magnesium grit. I should have, by this time, over here, here's 46 more. Let's run it up to here. And round to here. Yeah, this place has really gotten out of hand over time. Everything shoehorned in. It seemed like such a great idea at the start, and yeah, somewhere along the line it kind of got out of hand. I don't know what happened, but that's life. All right, there's that going. Let's go down to reactor 2. And okay, here's magnesium grit coming in. Can I just drop this in here? Yes, I can. Okay. And there we go. We have things happening. Stuff going to the output. Okay. Used it up pretty damn quick. The magnesium grit goes fast, doesn't it? There's not much of it here. Let's go on and drop in these last 2 bits here and see if that will get me one more. Yes. Okay. At which point I have titanium grit. Which goes to the arc furnace. And we go see our friend, the arc furnace. And this time we will be a little more patient with our friend the arc furnace. Engage. Alrighty. And we have 24 ingots of titanium. Have succeeded in making titanium. And managed to make magnesium along the way. Okay. Well, Muddy Cat was wondering about how I would do on the titanium chain. Well, there it is. I have made titanium. Had to build some new machinery. Had to build a whole new chemical reactor. A crystallizer, a mixer, a few other things. But titanium is now on the trophy wall. Has been created. Whoops. That was not at all what I meant to do. All right, hold on a second. Let's fix that. There's a bit of an oops. Come on. Catch that. Where's the... This is birch plank. All right. Hold on a second. We'll get this replaced. Just, let's put the safety on, and also I want to use up this item. Putting it back up, I don't want to duplicate it. There we go. 2 new ingots on the trophy wall for this stream. We're a little early, and I feel like I really ought to do something further, but with 24 minutes, I'm not quite sure even where to go from here. I'd be starting a new metal, and I'm actually kind of trying not to. So, I tell you what, I'm going to wrap a little early this morning, intentionally this time. I've managed to keep my heat down. It's looking actually really good at the moment. Helps that it's cold out and I've got the window open. I'm sitting here in a sweater and hand warmers. But yeah, The important thing is the laptop has survived. So, it was lovely having you here. Let's go on and do the thing here. It has been lovely. Your companionship on this journey has been appreciated, as it says on the screen. If you have enjoyed this stream, my previous Minecraft is on Twitch at the URL in the lower right. You can also find a lot of other stuff there. There's various other games going on. In the upper left is the schedule for the streaming community that I am happy to be a part of. Glad to be included. We've got stuff going on pretty much every day of the week. All sorts of things happening, various sorts of games, whatever you're into. I'm sure we've got something. I will be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific time with Roots of Pacha, which is a beautifully written farm sim and dating sim that is kind of the next evolution from Stardew Valley. It picks up where Stardew Valley left off. You are part of a Neolithic people who are inventing agriculture and sorting out, helping the other people in the area improve their lives. Giving your ideas away freely and sharing what you've got. It's a game in which you win by cooperation and community effort, and it's beautifully done. I'll be back with that at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Minecraft will be back at 8 a.m. Pacific time this coming Saturday, and we will see what we will see. If I'm still on the 075, I'll start a new medal. If I've got the .8, I don't know. I may still be building the facility. We'll see what happens. We're at an exciting moment here in the development of immersive geology.